The proud Maori people have always stood ready for do-or-die battles, and their warrior spirit gave the world the legendary haka. What began as a battle cry is now a worldwide ritual, roaring from rugby fields all the way to Hollywood red carpets. Over 200 years of tradition have carried a flame unbroken and alive. From that fire, warriors are forged, and none of them shine brighter right now than Carlos Ulberg. The 34-year-old kickboxer fought his way through the toughest competition at home. And now, he's ready to storm the world's biggest stage. With the looks of a Greek god, Ulberg is chasing the peak of the MMA Olympus. He's climbed to number 3 in the light heavyweights, and now faces the toughest test on his road to the title. And today is the perfect moment to see how a kid from South Auckland built one of the longest win streaks in his division and came within reach of UFC gold. Carlos Ulberg came into the world in 1990 in Auckland, New Zealand, with Samoan and Maori blood in his veins and a father who was a professional boxer. It is no surprise he was born to fight. However, at just 4 years old, Carlos found himself growing up in another household. Unlike many other fighters, his path didn't begin in a boxing gym. Instead, he started with an education and, like so many sons of New Zealand, turned to rugby, eventually making it to the semi-pro ranks. Still, his passion for combat sports was impossible to ignore.
This is Carlos Ulberg!
In August 2011, Ulberg made his professional MMA debut. Now, Carlos opened the fight with a missed flying knee, which took things to the ground. His opponent chased and failed multiple submissions before ending up on bottom, eating heavy bombs from the top. The ground game drained both fighters, but Ulberg still had plenty of power left in his hands, dodging what might be called the most spectacular back fist in MMA history.
Good round number 1 so far for him, and wow.
He turned his enemy's body into a punching bag of meat. Broken and exhausted, the opponent had nothing left and threw in the towel, refusing to fight on.
He's on the back foot here again, and Ulberg really lifting hard.
Despite the victory, the fight was tougher than it should have been. Ulberg realized he needed more time before a full pro career, so he went dark for 4 years, sharpening his skills. Carlos finally returned in August 2015 with a victory in the boxing ring. A year later, he stepped back into MMA, scoring a brutal knockout, and only then decided to fully commit himself to a fighter's career. Ulberg found his way to the most famous gym in Australia, City Kickboxing. Under coach Eugene Berriman, he stepped into a world of elite fighters. Among them were future UFC champions Israel Adesanya and Alexander Volkanovski, pushing him to sharpen his skills with the very best. Already nicknamed Black Jag, Ulberg decided to try his hand at kickboxing first. On June 30th, 2017, he entered a one-day tournament in the King of the Ring promotion.
Carlos Ulberg!
His first opponent was Tafa Misipati, who came at Ulberg immediately. But Carlos quickly silenced his countryman with a signature strike.
Coming in, Misipati detonated on the chin! Ulberg, who would have predicted it?
Tafa recovered fast and already had a response ready for Ulberg. Just 30 seconds in, Carlos took a nasty shot right to the face. But this time he handled it like a seasoned warrior.
Lands a lead right hand. There's a big right hand now!
He's trying to time those right, you're trying to time your left. Dangerous.
From the start of the second round, the opponent forced Ulberg into a real bone-to-bone brawl. Having no desire to continue the hazardous play, Ulberg finished the fight Michael Chandler style, with a perfect front kick right to the jaw.
Where he's right.
Big front kick there from Ulberg. It's all over. He does not get up from there. The front kick to the chin. I don't know why he's counting. This fight is over. Saber. It was a brawl for it all. Tougher Mr.
In the next round, Ulberg played it smart, taking the win by majority decision and keeping the fire in his hands for the main event. Waiting for him was the elite and experienced kickboxer Nato Lauli, who had racked up 31 wins in his career. Following the example of his predecessors, Lauli went straight at Ulberg, looking to brawl. He got cooled off early in the round by a series of hammer-like shots to the head. And with just 15 seconds left in the first, he fell onto the ropes.
Winning the lead hand battle, and that's confusing Lauli as well. Controlling the lead hand against the southpaw. Couple of straight right hands, and Lauli!
While his opponent's body began to give out, Ulberg was just getting started.
He's struggling, he's glassy-eyed, he's flailing in the wind. Can he make it?
At the start of the next round, he went fully into beast mode, and after another knockdown, brutally finished the fight with a lethal flurry.
Looking to his corner. Referee's got to be looking closely. Lauli's some kind of tough. And that's it.
The final was over, and the belt was kept by Carlos.
Carlos Ulberg!
After claiming an MMA victory in between his kickboxing bouts, Ulberg entered another one-day tournament on March 30th, 2019. This time in a weight class almost 18 pounds lighter. His first opponent was Julius Ponanga. Carlos battled him for 2 rounds. But in the third, he unleashed his knees and delivered the final execution.
Uppercuts right there. Now Ulberg starting to bring it home. The left hook coming. Ponanga plenty tough. Good call from Carlos Ulberg coming off the third round at TKO.
In the semifinals, Ulberg faced a familiar foe, Nato Lauli. This time, Lauli lasted an extra round, but it didn't save him from the onslaught.
Hands to the body.
Incredible speed on it, and it's his best weapon.
After landing body shots at the start of the third, Ulberg was ready to celebrate, yet his opponent showed grit and kept fighting, and that proved to be a fatal mistake.
Now Lauli needs something special. There he goes, the pump kick, and then
The Blackjack Ulberg.
he looked very good.
This victory put Ulberg in the final against Fu Alam.
Try and keep it clean, keep it mana.
Carlos repeated the precise body kick from the semifinals and dropped his opponent.
Great respect for the power. That front kick got through right to the liver, same as the last fight. He followed.
Then, with 2 bone-crushing calf kicks, he finished the fight and claimed the championship belt for the second time.
And Hooker called it. He's heavy on that leg now.
Ulberg's big achievements in kickboxing and a strong start in MMA made him famous far beyond New Zealand, but they didn't let him fully focus on his fighting career. In 2018, right between winning 2 kickboxing titles, he appeared on the reality show The Brothers Game, and even got 2 offers to star in New Zealand's version of The Bachelor. Before signing with the UFC, Carlos regularly worked as a model, which makes sense, given his looks. But it wasn't just his appearance that got him the job of his dreams, it was his skills, and having a buddy like UFC champ Israel Adesanya definitely helped.
Yep, so myself and Blood Diamond went over to Abu Dhabi with the boys, the team, in hope that we would get an opportunity to fight on either one of those cards, but unfortunately we didn't get that chance over there.
In the COVID year of 2020, just 2 weeks before his 30th birthday, Ulberg made his appearance on Dana White's Contender Series to face Bruno Oliveira, who carried an 8-1 record.
So we got a call to headline the Dana White Contender Series, which it's an amazing opportunity for me because it's a chance for me to get into the UFC, and it's a big dream of mine.
In just 2 minutes, Carlos sent the experienced Brazilian crashing lifelessly to the canvas.
I'm going to be so sore tomorrow.
And poor Carlos, he just walked all the way over there for nothing.
This kid's 2-0. He fought a guy that's 8-1, but he has a ton of kickboxing experience, and he beat a guy tonight easily with 6 knockouts and 1 submission on his record. Get over here. Sorry you had to walk all the way over there. You're in.
Congratulations, Carlos Ulberg.
Impressing the boss and securing the coveted contract, Ulberg's UFC journey didn't start smoothly. He suffered a knockout loss to Kennedy Nzechukwu. But the Black Jag learned from his mistakes and went on an impressive winning streak, now standing at 8 victories in a row. After defeating Fabio Charant by unanimous decision in his second fight, Ulberg went on to score 5 consecutive stoppages. Tafa Nchukwi.
Quick shot from Ulberg.
Nchukwi is on shaky legs. Now he's down. And now he's out. That's it. Black Jag.
Carlos Ulberg
With a huge result. A first round.
Nikolai Negumerianu.
But
And Ihor Potieria.
Oh, he hit it with the hook. We got him. The backstep left hook. That is his best shot. He's not anybody out there. And he did it again. He did it again.
All were knocked out in the very first round.
by TKO, Carlos Black Jag Ulberg.
Jag Ulberg.
In his fight against Da Woon Jung, Ulberg showed off his grappling skills, locking in a rear naked choke after nearly 3 rounds of stand-up warfare.
Final seconds, Da Woon Jung trying to survive.
I think he'll make it.
And there's the final horn. What a way to close it out, though.
First submission. Damn, this whole camp I had to go through a lot of adversity. But anything is possible!
His latest KO came last May, when he put away Alonzo Menafield in just 12 seconds.
Carlos Ulberg is in the black. Menafield blitzing forward in the blow. Ulberg finds the Alonzo Menafield. The winning streak is 6 for the newly...
5 finishes in a row, 4 of them in the first round, and 4 of those 5 by knockout. Definitely worth watching, and it won't take much of your time.
Yeah, I know I'm ranked now, but I mean, I've got a bone to pick. And EA Sports should better put me on the game, because I want to be playing the game with myself on there. And then also, anybody in that top 10, I'll destroy anybody in my way.
Aiming to fight smarter, Ulberg picked up 2 decision wins over former title challenger Volkan Ozdemir and former champion Jan Blachowicz, who's known for his legendary Polish power.
Expected it as well.
That's exchange. Both having success.
There's a nice right hand from Ulberg.
What do you want next?
Yeah, obviously the longest win streak in the light heavyweight division, so the only thing left for me is a title shot for me, and that's all that matters.
Up next, Ulberg faces the ultimate test of his career, the rising from the ashes Dominic Reyes, who once came dangerously close to taking the belt from John Jones himself. Just a week after Ulberg's fight in Australia, the title rematch between Magomed Ankalaev and Alex Pereira will take place on another continent.
God bless.
Woo! Whoever comes out on top, Carlos Ulberg is determined to be the next to challenge for the light heavyweight belt.
It's going to be so tomorrow.
Oh!
With Ulberg.
Oh! Carlos Ulberg still undefeated, and that is a...
The New Zealander is confident he can take on either opponent, and judging by the highlights of his spectacular knockouts, it's hard to argue with that.